it made me real happy to see that, you know, the girls, this group of girls is going to get, you know, the attention that they need, the attention that they deserve, and the help that hopefully will help them in the future. So that's my happy.
That's beautiful. I love that. I'm going to ask you a little later what's going to inspire you, and I'm afraid you just said it. So you have to come up with something else. That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to say my happy thought is that, thank you, Michael, for putting that in PayPal, by the way, is that I went to the dermatologist for the first time ever in my life. And just because, you know, once you get to a certain age, you need to know your spots. And I'm all clear. All my spots are good. People may say that that's probably too much information, but just wanted to share.
Always good to get a good report from the
Spotty Carrie.
Spotty Carrie? No, that's not going to be my nickname. Hi, Erica. It's good to see you.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. All right. So does anyone else have a happy thought they'd like to share?
I have a happy thought. We started our new mayor and new councilwoman, and I was re-sworn in the Aubrey City Council on Tuesday night. And so we're hitting the ground running. We have a council meeting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night of next week to hire new directors and staff and those things. So we're hitting the ground running. So we're excited.
That's awesome. That's exciting. Brian, you've got new council members too, right?
We picked up one Stoyan. I'm sure some of y'all know him. He owns Pookie's Yogurt in Crossroads.
Yes. That's awesome.
And then we got two more that were basically Jordan Woodard and Kelly Nelson that'll remain on council.
Awesome. That is a happy thought. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Brian. All right. Anybody else have anything they'd like to add? Okay. What if I said it was free and it's not going to cost you any money?
I mean, I'm going to put money in, but sorry. Oh, it's Jessica. I'm happy. I finally got my second COVID shot on Sunday. And so, which is a great thing because a lot of you know I'm autoimmune. I have immune compromise. So it was a hard struggle to be able to get the COVID shots, to be able to get approval to get them. And so I was able to do it. And even though the second shot was like a fist punch to my face and took me down for a few days, I am back. But my force field is being built around me. So it is exciting. I feel like a superhero, like Vi from Incredibles with a force field around me. It's going to protect me. So I'm super excited.
But we're excited for you, and especially for your force field. I love that.
Yes, I like the imagery of it.
That's awesome. Sorry about the punch in the face.
That was fine. You know, just go face down for a couple of days. It's totally fine.
What was that, guys, back there? What did you say, Jeff?
Oh, we were just nothing. It's fine.
Are you making fun of me being punched in the face?
No, I was saying that I was so glad
You already forgot.
The Incredibles, because usually I don't get movie references, and when Brad makes movie references, I never get them. But whenever you said "bye" from Incredibles, you're speaking my language. I didn't even have to stop and think about who that was.
Oh,
I can do the Disney references. I got all those.
oh, that's awesome. That's a good one. All right. Does anyone else have one they'd like to share? Okay. Well, with that, we will move on. So I'm really excited about our speaker today. I just want to, oh yes, I want to let you guys know that next club meeting, which is the 21st, we are going to do a club vote on who is going to be our nonprofit donation. You guys remember last year we did this, and Souls for Salvation was the recipient. And so so next Friday, you don't want to miss, we are going to induct some beautiful new members Yeah. And we're going to do a club vote. So you don't want to miss that out. And we'll let you know what the nonprofits are that you get to choose. So we'll do that. It'll be really fun and exciting and rewarding. Okay, so I was hoping Dwayne was going to be here. So Dwayne, would you care to share with us a volunteer opportunity that's coming up?
Yes, very
All right.
much so. On the 12th, we are doing our Little Elm Area Food Bank jet ski boat run around Lake Louisville. And we need 2 volunteers at each spot around the lake. Little Elm Beach, Sneaky Pete's, Pier 121, let's see, Hidden Cove, and then Cottonwood Creek Marina. And it's only for like 3.5-hour shift. And all you will be doing is greeting the participants there at the dock, or like at Sneaky Pete's, you walk up to the restaurant after you dock, those things. And you just let them choose 2 cards, and you have them initial their cards, and you wonder why are they writing their initials on the back of the cards? Because we learned that some people like to cheat, and they might have 5 people on a boat, and they just all kind of pass their cards around and get winning hands for every boat that participates. So that's one way we're trying to combat that. But it's a lot of fun. You get to meet everyone in the community. There'll be people that are jet skiing, people that are on boats, and we even have some couples that have been doing it, but they no longer have boats, and they'll just drive around the lake to go to the different spots and get the cards to participate. And we have a cool first prize. We have boat rentals for the day, restaurants, lunches, dinners, that type of stuff. So, but it's one of our fundraisers to help, fundraising events to help raise money to buy food for those in the community.
Great cause.
So, and a sign-up sheet if you would like to sign up, or if you're interested, email me and we'll get you signed up. And I'm hoping and praying I'll be there, because everybody knows I'm having heart surgery next Friday, a week from now. And so who knows how long I'll be out, but we'll have some great volunteers out there working and stuff. So, but thank you.
Yes, let's hold Dwayne up in your prayers. He's got surgery May 21st, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so please pray. I mean, God doesn't mind a little whining and begging, right?
That's right.
Well, I really appreciate this opportunity. This is going to be a cool, fun one that's like fun for the family. So yes, if you're interested, please reach out to Dwayne. And what time was that, Dwayne, on June 12th?
We're asking people to arrive there about 9:30 at their location. Well, I have 2 shifts, 9:30 to 12:30 and then 12:30 to 4. So it's only a few hours. You don't have to watch anybody's vote or anything like that. All you have to do is just greet the people and pass out cards.
Do we need to take chairs? Do we need to take
That sounds fun. So if you're wanting to have a fun day at the lake with your family, you can also support a great organization, a great cause that we all support and love. And so this is just like checking off all the boxes. So thank you, Dwayne, for this.
No, thank you.
And then Jeff, I know you've got a webinar coming up on May 19th. I love this conversation. So
it's I'll pass that out. I'll send that out to the group, or I'll send it out to Ashley or something. We'll get it posted. So it's good. It's it's never too early to talk to your kids about money and how important that is to live and just to exist. And then building good habits. I think it's important to pass that on to the next generation so they don't have to figure that out in their 30s. So I do it with my kids. I don't think it's ever too early to talk about that. And this one's really more talking about having that conversations with both your parents and then your younger generation. So it's a really good webinar. If you guys are interested, like I said, I'll pass out I'll send it out.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
All right, Carlos, I know you already gave us a really inspiring story. Did you want to just, elaborate or add any more, or tell us, how beautiful Erica is and we love her?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, she's wonderful. And she decided to join us today. She, this morning as she's getting the kids ready for school, she said, "Hey, can I come to Rotary today?" And I was like, "Absolutely." So, but there's a lot of great things happening. This last Wednesday was my last school board meeting, and it was really nice. It was really nice. Dr. Belding gave me a real nice plaque, and I got a bunch of thank you cards from the rest of the school board members and the administration and all the principals. It was I think it was a really nice closure to great time of service, and so that was really nice.
Oh, love it. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you for your service. You've just been wonderful.
Yeah,
And,
no, it was great.
And part of one of the privileges of the, I'll be soon past president for Rotary is, you get to step aside and take a breather. And so now you're past board member, people will be coming to you for advice and wisdom and everything. So,
Well,
but you could just take a step back and take a breather.
Amen.
All right. So without further ado, I stole this photo, Brian, from your website. So
That's okay.
Is Sina in the room yet, or?
Nope.
Okay, not yet. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure she's coming. Okay, so Brian SanFilippo. See, I was SanFilippo. I was teasing it this morning, and now I'm tongue-tied. So we are just so excited to have you. We're so glad that Sina brought you over to us. We're can't wait to hear all of what you've got to talk about, because this tollway really does affect everybody in this call today and in the room. And so as I'm like starting to fumble, you are the senior communication strategist, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I was like wanting to make sure I had your title right, but no light job there, communicating all the awesome stuff that's going on with the tollway. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. I know that's a hard job. And so without further ado, I'll shut up and let you take it away.
Okay. Let me pull up presentation here. Can you all see that on the Zoom?
No, not yet. Let me just stop sharing. There we go.
Okay.
Got it.
There we go. All right.
There's a clicker there also.
Oh, okay.
Maybe out of battery. So
I can hang here.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, you've got 30 whole minutes, probably more time than what you need.
Much more time, but I'll cut it short and you can hit me with any questions you have.
That's awesome. Okay.
Well, thank you for having me today. I know this is an important area for us right now because most of our work being done is in this area and it affects you. And we just really want to keep you informed of what's coming here in the near future, and then some projects that we have a little further down the line that are going to come to this area. So a lot of people ask who we are, how we started, and we're formed in 1997 by the legislature that year. There were a lot of leaders in our region who were trying to find a way to keep toll dollars in North Texas, because this is such a huge state and everyone's got a lot of projects going. They want to pull money to their area, and they really want to find a way to keep those toll dollars here so that we can maintain our roads, so that we can build roads that we needed. And so that brings me to how it would work. So basically, we've put together over 1,000 lane miles in this area, and that would require an additional 6 cents per gallon in the gas tax across the entire state, every single driver. And as you can imagine, it'd probably be a pretty tough sell to get folks in Lubbock or Houston or Austin to send their money to Dallas, Fort Worth. And so that's kind of how NTTA was set up, where it's basically you only pay if you use it, and then those dollars stay here and allow us to expand the Dallas North Tollway North, or to add lanes to the Sam Rayburn Tollway. So it really, it's good for the residents here. And so here is a little bit more about us. We are a political subdivision of Texas, and we only build what the region asks us to build. And the way that works is there's a group of regional leaders, the COG, and they for the most part, they exhaust every possible avenue to build roads. And then if they can't, if the funding's just not available, funds are tight, they will ask us if we can step in and do it. And I'll have a couple examples of that in the future slides here. 360 in Mansfield area. I don't know if you guys make it that far south, or Chisholm Trail, going from downtown Fort Worth to Burleson, Cleburne area. Those are projects that were planned 50 years ago. The funds were just never available. And then they were able to do it through NTTA. And also, as I mentioned before, how it's only pay for it if you use it, that makes us customer driven. So we really try to take care of our customers. They're the most important people to us, is to make sure that you have the best experience on our roads. And that also means that we are not funded by taxes at all. There's no line item in the state budget for NTTA. It's only the people using the roads. So as a political subdivision, who oversees us? And that's a board of directors from each of our 4-member counties, Denton, Collin, Tarrant, and Dallas. And we also have one that's appointed by the governor, and that's Lynn Gravely down here in the right corner. And he's actually from this neck of the woods. He's a little further north. He's up in Grayson County. And for Denton County, our chairman, John Mahalik, is from this area, as is our director, Pete Camp. And she's been very involved in the transportation community in this area for a long time. So a little bit about us from a numbers perspective. We're doing about 2.4 million daily transactions. And I will put the caveat on this that these are pre-COVID numbers. During COVID, last March, April, that time, we were down about 60% from what we normally do on a daily basis. And it started to climb. I heard our CFO talk the other day. He said we're about 90% of the way back to where we were in 2019. So you probably noticed that traffic's picked up a little bit here in recent weeks. And about 12.5 million customers per year. And included in that is anyone that lives here, or if you're coming to our area from Oklahoma, Kansas, there's about 2.5 million people that use the toll roads every year. And I will explain more later, but TollTag, the best way to get around, and there's about 6 million plus of those around the Metroplex.
So 12.5 million unique users, is that what we're calling?
Yeah, unique users. And then with all this, we have a 97% customer satisfaction rating, and that's conducted by a third party. So that's not us putting that together, but we're pretty proud of that. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with some of these roads, but this is everything. These are the only NTTA roads in the region. Louisville Lake Toll Bridge, I took that over here today. It's a nice drive. Yeah, I really like going over that. And then Dallas North Tollway, I'm sure you guys have been on that quite a bit, and that is going to be a little further north there as well. And we will get into that soon. Here's the original Dallas North Tollway. We've done a lot of work on it recently. It's an older road. I've only been at NCTA for about a year and a half. And I think one of the biggest things I've learned is that these roads take a lot of maintenance to keep them up to the standards that we expect. And so they are constantly working on the Dallas North Tollway. These are some of the things that have been completed within the last couple of years. And then we have the ongoing extension over US 380 going right now. That started in February 2020. And I have some better photos and more specific stuff on that right here. So this is a look of what we have going very close to us over here. I'm sure you guys have been in this area quite a bit. They have a lot of the north lanes done on that top photo, and then now they're working on going south. And then this aerial gives you a really good perspective on what's been completed recently. And so right now, 2023 is the target. The always popular weather permitting hasn't cooperated here in the last couple of weeks, but hopefully 2023 we have it to where if you're on the tollway, you don't have to get off at 380. And I've been over there, and that's a pretty tough intersection at times. It gets way backed up, and hopefully just from a commuter standpoint and a safety standpoint too, it'd be nice for people not to have to make turns in that area or get off. They can just go straight forward. Then the next part of that is going to be an extension up to 428. And that right now is in the planning phase. They're working on putting that together. Don't have a specific date, but they are working towards getting that one started. And they'll be moving dirt on that one hopefully very soon. So I am nowhere close to an engineer, and I don't know the technical stuff that well. But we went out and got one of our project managers, Rachel Culhavy. She is overseeing this project on the bridge. So she's going to explain to you what we have coming up in the next couple of months here.
So in the next couple of months, we'll continue with deck pours up to US 380. We'll continue setting beams on the north side of 380. We'll also just be continuing pouring northbound main lane decks and continuing with caps, columns, and the superstructure.
So I've been able to go up there a couple times, and they're hustling on that. It's amazing some of the progress they've made. It was columns back in November, and now they have these decks going the whole way up. It almost looks like a road. I was able to walk up it a few months ago. It's a pretty cool view, and hopefully they can get it. They've done up and over on one side, and they're going to do the other side really soon. And another project that is part of this, so I showed you the extension up to 428. Eventually, the Dallas North Tollway is going to go up to the Grayson County line. And a really cool thing about how projects like this come together is that everyone in the region works together, partners. So these are our partners in Denton County putting in a frontage road. And this frontage road is going to go all the way up to the Grayson County line. The way it is designed right now is that you go up to 428 and then you kind of jog left a little bit, and then this frontage road is going to take you up to the Grayson County line. So these are good examples of where your toll dollars go. Every dollar spent on the toll roads is accounted for, and the first 17% is maintenance and operations, just to keep the roads in top shape, and staffing, and everything that goes into running the roads. Materials, they have to buy quite a bit. We'll talk about snow and ice and all that entails. The biggest part, and when the leaders got together and formed NTTA took on quite a bit of debt to build these roads, and NTTA took it on so other people didn't have to. That number is currently 9.7 billion, and 58% of every toll dollar goes towards paying these off. And it works well because it can free up other entities to spend on other things, and then we come in and take on the debt for the roads and help get those built. And then the last 25% goes towards what we just looked at, capital improvement fund, extending the Dallas North Tollway,
We've also added a 4th lane to the Sam Rayburn Tollway that cuts from McKinney down to Capel. And we've also added a 4th lane on the President George Bush Turnpike going from Garland all the way down to 20 in Grand Prairie. I was over there a couple weeks ago, and I mean, traffic really warrants that 4th lane. There's all these Amazon warehouses popping up along there in Grand Prairie. And you're standing out there, and it's just Amazon truck after Amazon truck after Amazon truck coming out there. So it's really busy over there. Hopefully by doubling capacity, it keeps things moving in that area.
When you say 58% of it's debt service, who are y'all borrowing from? Like, I mean, if it was, you know, Department of Transportation or whatever, it would be like, you know.
It's all bonds.
So revenue bonds.
Yeah. So we go out in the market. We just refinanced recently. So
I wonder why.
yeah. We try to be good. We try to be good stewards of the money. And I mean, our CFO, he's been the CFO of Fort Worth too, the city. He's very sharp, and I think they were able to save some money, like taking advantage of what's going on right now. And so that 17% we were talking about maintenance, and this is one thing that we're really proud of. We think we keep our roads in top shape compared to some other roads you may have to travel on. And the one thing I really like to talk about, it seems like it was yesterday, but that winter storm in February was brutal. And our maintenance team did a great job what they did was they really focused on keeping the right lanes open as long as possible, and they never had to close them. And also the ramps, just for first responders and essential workers so they could get to work. They put in, so it started like February 9th was really the first real cold day, and then they went all the way to like February 20th, just nonstop, 12-hour shifts. And it's pretty amazing. They didn't have a single person calling sick. And it's truly a team effort when they do that stuff. I talked to one of our engineers, and his task was driving up and down the road for 12 hours, just looking for slick spots. So they try to be really proactive. And then when the stuff starts falling, they're on it trying to clear those roads. And then this is also very important to me. If there's one thing you guys take away from today, I really want you to learn about Pound 999. And that is our free roadside safety services. I don't know if anyone here has ever encountered a car trouble, a flat, but these guys are awesome. If you have a flat, this is exactly the kind of guys that I want pulling up behind me. They're really nice, very helpful. So it's Pound 999. And last year, nearly 44,000 calls to them. If you're on any one of our toll roads, they will come for free. Flats, minor car repairs. They'll even give you a gallon of gas. They do keep track of who asks for a gallon of gas.
Especially now.
Yes. They have a list. They know some people are calling fairly frequently. So that's one that we know it happens sometimes, but we'd rather you not call frequently. And also another big thing, because this has happened to me before, they're out there proactively picking up road debris. And I've hit some stuff here and there. I've seen like mattresses in the road. And I mean, it's not going to be good for your
like mile marker where you saw the debris and they'll.
Yeah. They know if you kind of say where you're at, they can get somebody in the area to search and you say, hey, I just passed Warren Parkway. I'm heading north, then they can get in that area. Gotcha. And I mean, and you might say, well, I have my insurance offers roadside safety. These guys might get to you a little quicker because they're a little more stretched out. Our guys are kind of specific for our roads, so it doesn't hurt. Call both. That's a scary situation being on the side of the road, so you want to get out of there. So we want to get you off there as fast as possible. And that goes into our safety operations center. So we might find you first if you have car trouble before you can even call us, because we have cameras on the road. We're monitoring 24/7, 365, and they will get help out to you. We work with DPS. We have contract them out. We have troopers that only work our roads. And so they are housed out of here, and they'll find you if you're in trouble. And a lot of times we can spot people on the road before they are able to call, or if they don't know the number. Another thing that we try to promote is the Red Thumb campaign, which is kind of just a reminder to not text and drive. I'm sure we've all seen it. It's a pretty big problem. And we recently ran a contest, an art contest and a video contest. And this was the winning art design from Gavin Morales. He's at the Frisco Career and Technical Education Center. I thought he did a great job on this. I really like the eyes on the road. And if you go to our YouTube page, we posted the video. Isaac, he's a junior from Flower Mountain High School. And he did a really, really good video. It's kind of scary. It's very impactful.
So no texting and driving.
No.
What about TikTok and driving?
Prefer not. No social media and driving.
About Zoom.
Like Zoom has a driving feature.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
do.
really?
Oh, yeah.
I just don't think you can pay attention enough on the road.
It turns the camera on.
Just listening, so it's like the radio.
We've seen guys be zooming and driving.
Like I've tried, I got it disconnected from my CarPlay. That way I can actually see the person. Because it turns the camera off.
We want everyone locked in on the road.
Right.
Because it's
Because I don't do that.
So, and this is not a question for me, but more for a friend of mine. The troopers that patrol the tollway, are they pretty strict on speed limits, or what are they trying to do there? Are they just mostly looking for?
They have a quote.
Yeah, like what's their
there's
what's
no
their
quota.
threshold? What's their threshold for?
I think it's the same as any other road. I'm the son of a retired trooper, and my brother's a current trooper in Ohio, though. So
Okay.
not here, but I asked them. And I don't know, they give you the generic.
Yeah.
Depends on the day.
Right,
Depends on
right.
what's going on.
I hope
Because I want to know for myself too.
they do take the people. because
Very rarely, at least I'm down to
Yeah.
Like,
So can any other place work? the
Yes,
tollway?
all
Okay.
the cities
All
can.
the cities, okay.
Yeah, some do, some don't. EMS, fire, the cities help.
Okay.
They respond.
But mostly it's just your folks, your DPS troopers that are.
Mhm. Yeah, they respond. The troopers do almost all the accidents.
What is your accident rate? I didn't see that.
The accident
I didn't see any.
Great.
Yeah, what is the, yeah, I
Mm,
mean, is it more, I would say maybe less than regular roads, or what? You guys ever?
That's a
looked at
good
that?
question. I can ask one of our safety people and get you an answer.
I would think less, I think less because of the traffic flow.
I think
That's what I
less
would
because they let people speak.
And how many, I think the large majority of accidents, it depends on how you define
That's what I'm
accident.
saying.
A lot of like fender benders.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of
That's what I'm
those.
saying, because you get more stop and go in the heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that it would be less, but I was just curious.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I've not heard that, but I'd be interested to know as well.
Yeah.
So toll tags, does everyone here have a toll tag?
Mhm.
Do you have the standard
Mhm.
Circle T? So if you'd like to advance beyond that, we do sell specialty tags. These are all the pro sports teams. They're all $19.99 except for we have to pay the Cowboys more. That one's $21.99.
I have Texas Rangers.
Okay. And so we also have most of the colleges, Big 12, an SEC team that's in Texas too. We just don't like to put anyone up. We don't want to offend anyone or start fights.
But it's only the Texas SEC team. There's no Arkansas SEC team.
We don't have Arkansas, which would be a good
I'm
one.
out there.
I'll put it in that we had a suggestion for Arkansas.
Yeah, there you go.
It's close. So many people
I
here
know.
go to
It's a
Arkansas.
ton. It's a ton.
You can take that up with North Arkansas.
That's right. We give them away for free over in Arkansas.
It's called hillbilly.
Well, hopefully we can get Arkansas added to the states that your toll tag's good in as well, because right now it's Oklahoma and Kansas. You can use your toll tag. Working on some additional areas in the near future, hopefully get in the Southeast, and Colorado, I think is in play for the near future as well. That's more of a someday down the line they want to do where you can go anywhere in the country, but that's
It's a billing system issue, I would assume, right?
Technology.
Yeah.
Not everyone has the same technology. I think at the end it's just going to whose technology wins out. That would be the tag that's used across the country, but it's discussed a lot.
Yeah.
Whose technology?
And so if you're already driving on the roads, we hope that you sign up for our Toll Perks program where you can get rewards. Last month they did gas rewards, which was really popular, and hopefully we can keep that going with the reward program. It's tollperks.com. You're automatically have it if you have a toll tag. You just need to log in and activate your account, and that's tollperks.com. And we also have an app. Everybody does. We redesigned ours recently. You can manage your account from there. You can call #999 from the app. If you forget what the number is, you can just go there and call Roadside Safety Services. You can also contact our customer service, or you can calculate how much a trip will cost as well. And that is all I had for today. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Bravo. Great job. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was awesome. And it was actually really, really interesting because I mean, we drive on it all the time, and I didn't even know some of the stuff that you were talking about, especially like how much of a dollar is being spent on all of this. So that's pretty cool. Brian, Ashley, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's so helpful to understand the level of ongoing maintenance and the work that goes on. Cause I've heard a number of times that from my friends who are like, well, we've already paid for the tollway down in Dallas. Why are we still paying for it? And people can get really grumpy about it, but to have that visibility into like, no, y'all are actually doing a lot of work throughout the year to maintain these high traffic roads, and you're working on expansion, and you've also taken on a ton of debt so that the citizens here don't have to pay that in the gas fund. So that education is really helpful and helps me. So whenever my friends get a little cranky about having to pay the tolls, it's like, look, this is what's going on. And now I can be a better advocate for what NTTA is doing. So thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I mean, it's amazing how much the growth in this area, and I think we're just trying to be the term I've heard a lot is just a tool in the toolbox to help keep up with the growth and attract companies here.
Brian, did you have a question?
I did, thank you. I'm curious if there's been any further discussions about the outer loop. That was originally going to be a tollway project, but I haven't really heard much about it in recent years.
Yeah, right now that's a TxDOT project, and kind of similar to the other ones. We just sit off to the side, and I think they try to find a way to fund it. And if we're asked to participate, then we see how we can help. But right now that's a TxDOT one.
Okay, thanks.
Good question. Oh, you had a question, Mike?
Yeah, several years ago, there was some discussion of peak demand pricing. I was wondering if there's any still ongoing discussions about that.
We don't do that. Our toll rates are set, so they won't change at any time. Those are the managed lanes that have the peak pricing. But we, because of doing it through bonds and the bond covenants, we have a certain amount we charge. It averages out to around 19 cents a mile, and that never changes.
Good to know.
Good to know. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Jessica, I'm sure you're lighting up.
Well, no, this is fantastic and great to know. Is there ever a case where TxDOT cannot fulfill a roadway project, or it's something beyond their scope, and then the NTTA can take it over? Like for some reason, if they say we don't want to touch 380, which we know they are touching 380, could that become a toll road?
It's something that if the region gets together and asks us, we can't toll an existing road. Sorry, I forgot about that statute. Any existing road can't be tolled. So
Okay.
a good example of that is if you guys have ever been on the President George Bush Turnpike and you go from Plano down to Grand Prairie, there's a stretch in Irving, 114. It's referred to by us as 3 Mile Island because it was an existing road and you can't do anything with it. So you go from tolled to untolled back to tolled to get down.
So everybody has such great educated questions. Who does I'm going to ask the dumb one. Who does the communications on the marquees that are on the tollway?
That's a great question. We have some very clever guys in our traffic and incident management department. They have a whiteboard in their area where anybody can go over there and write an idea. And then as holidays approach, they kind of pick the best one. So it's actually company wide. Like I could go over there and write something if I wanted to.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I think I'm safe here. There's probably no New England Patriots fans. But they got some attention because they said tire flatter than the football. All pound to 9. That didn't play well in New England, but very popular in Texas. But they have like Mother's Day ones.
Yeah, they're really intelligent.
That's awesome. I was just trying to figure out who was to blame for that Han Solo, Star Wars, that little prompt that they put on there that Han Solo died, just.
Oh, maybe that one was text on. Maybe that wasn't.
Wow.
That was probably before your time.
We try to celebrate Star Wars Day.
That's true. That's true. So does anyone else have any questions?
I was just gonna say, Tim and I drove down Choke from Preston over to the new toll road that you're working on and did that. It was very impressive. And even while they were building, she and I were driving around in city truck looking at the structure. She's an engineer for the town of Salina.
Okay.
And but she's traffic engineer too. She said that statistics prove that toll roads are safer. There's less accidents on toll roads because there's less point of contact to turn.
Awesome.
You are safer.
That's awesome. Dan, I think you had a question?
Yes, the toll road that's recently opened on I-35W in Fort Worth, is that part of NTTA or is that TxDOT?
TxDOT. That one's it's a foreign company that does the managed lanes for TxDOT.
Okay. That kind of agrees with what you said about an existing road, I guess, huh?
Yeah, those managed lanes in the middle. We just try to build new roads and not add those managed lanes in the middle. We don't do the dynamic pricing. Those types.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, we really appreciated this. This has been so awesome. I am going to give you the privilege of leading us out of here. Okay. So let me go back to sharing my screen. We do something called the 4-way test. All right. And so what you would have to do, Brian, is just start out with saying the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And then say number 1, and then we all join you and say, is it the truth? And you say number 2, we all join you. Is it fair to all concerned? Okay?
Okay.
You got it. All right, take it away.
I'm gonna hold it up. You got it? Yeah. Okay.
Number 1. Just say number 1.
Number 1.
Is it the truth?
Is it the
Number
truth?
2.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Number 3.
Will build goodwill and better friendship.
Number 4.
Will it be
Will be
beneficial?
beneficial to all concerned.
And number 5.
Have some fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure. And thank you, everybody. And have a great weekend. And we will put this recording on YouTube in case anyone missed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
So the existing roads through Prosper and Salina there?